Hello, Battleship tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play whatever this game is called, Uncharted Waters with me, BlueAnkylo. The king has given us a quest to sink a Turkish fleet. So it is finally time for us to get to work. This may be it right here, actually. That's a Portuguese ship. No, that's the wrong one. There will be a Turkish fleet sailing around somewhere. It may be difficult to find, but hopefully it doesn't take us too long. But we need ships with cannons and more than 20 crew if we're actually gonna do this. So let's go to our amazing building a ship port. And we're gonna have to do a bit of like inventory management, moving stuff around with the crew and all that, because we have to sell a ship and then replace it and so on and so forth, but we'll be okay. We've got quite a lot of goods. We still have enough gold to do what I want to do. First off, though... Hey, Scotland. First off, before we do that, I think I need to get rid of one of the ships. So, we're going to transfer the men. Actually, they're just going to get sort of left behind for now. And we're going to transfer... It has to be empty before we can actually... Oh, it is empty. Okay, well, that's good. That was easy. It has to be empty before you can sell it. And you don't get to save the, what's it called? Whatchamacallit? You don't get to save the, figurehead. So we're losing like 35k on that, or 36k. It's seen some rough seas, but we do get 8 grand back, at the very least. So we're gonna need some more money if we want to build a real ship. So let's sell some gold. Here you go. That'll also decrease the price of the ship by a little bit, because it'll sort of deflate the market. Alright, so let's see. Build a new ship. Let's talk about combats. We obviously want the biggest ship. And you want the best type of hull. This is, well, you can see the different kinds. It affects your durability, which is primarily related to how much damage you can soak up in combat. So mahogany gives you 100 durability. 3 masts will give us more power and maneuverability a little bit. And then the choice for sails is, do you want to go really fast in a straight line or be able to turn? And I think we might need 3-point sails to balance this ship out, but we'll see here. Let's see what the differences is. So this guy is more maneuverable than powerful. And if we go the other way, so instead of 45-60, it could be 60-45. I like the looks of the 4-point sails more than the 3-point, the triangles, basically. So I'm going to go with this one. It's faster, although it probably doesn't turn as good. Maybe we can negotiate a slightly lower price, because this is pretty expensive. Oh, he doesn't even want to negotiate. What a jerk. Fine. We're going to be spending a lot of money here. Another reason why I don't go to war for... I don't actually get into battle for a long time. It's just too expensive. Alright, we want the maximum number of guns. Now, this is always a difficult question. I forget how many crew bunks you should put on these things. Let's see. I think it's around... You could go to 500. That would be the grandest... invasion fleet ship you could possibly build, but it's difficult to carry enough food to feed that many people for very long, because we'd have 100 cannons, 500 bunks, and only 400 actual storage, so you could carry 200 food and 200 water. Keeping in mind the ratio is 1 person eats 1 food and water in 20 days. 500 people would eat... Let's see, how could I quick this math up so it makes sense? We can only carry 400 food with 500 people. That's less than 1 food per person. That's a 5-to-4 ratio. So that's about 0.8 of a fraction, if you want to look at it like that. Sorry, not 0.8, it's 1.2, the other way around. No. 500 crew, 400... Okay, so it'll be 80% of 20 days. So basically, if you fill up No, it's even worse than that. That's 400. That's not splitting in half for water and food. So 200 food for 500 people, I'm pretty sure would work out to like 8 days of sea voyage. That's not really enough to get anywhere. So we're going to have to drop it down a bit, and I'm thinking maybe 300. That's still enough. If we fill this thing up with crew, that's got to be enough for a really good sea battle. Even though, I don't know, some of the galleons might have more or less. We'll see. 600 cargo. That should be enough for 20 days with max crew. Because that'll be 300 food, 300 water for 300 crew. Should be perfectly even, basically. And you'll have 20 days at sea, which is enough to get between most ports. You'll still need a lot of money, so someone's going to have to carry some gold, but it should be okay. So, names. We only have 6 letters. Instead of the ball pit, could be the... Okay, let's see. We're all about sinking pirates now, so... The armpit? Oh, that's horrible. Alright, chat. It's pretty bad. That's our ball pit replacement for now. There's a lot of sweaty pirates in there, so I guess it makes sense. The armpit. Alright. I will want to put a proper figurehead on that as well. We'll also need to recruit a whole lot of crew. Alright, so let's just start transferring people over. The ball pit 2 is now going to be sold. Actually, no, hold on. The ball pit 2 is the flagship. We have to do that one last because it's kind of a pain. Is there anything on this ship? The duct tape. Okay. Let's sell the duct tape in tribute to all of the amazing XCOM 2 footage we've heard. We need some money. And we'll build another one. We'll just sort of duplicate them so they're all very simple to remember. We're gonna have a hard time storing all that gold once we finish building this fleet up. Alright. We can always buy a used ship, and you can buy galleons. They're not heavy galleons, but you can buy, like, you can see how they design them. So a galleon will have 160 crew. So our heavy galleons will have double basically any ship we're gonna run into. Maybe 300 crew is a little bit much for what I need. We're gonna have twice the cannons and twice the crew. That's a little bit crazy. Let's have, like, one ship with 300, and we'll count that as the flagship, and then the rest can just have 200. That's still more than any of the others. Because I don't think we're going to run into heavy galleons out there ever. The biggest ship will fight against our galleons. Oh, I forgot to put cannons on it. That's going to cost money too. Just hold on. I forgot all about that. Yeah, spending lots of money. So 100 cannons. I'm thinking 200 this time. This way, you can hold a little bit more food and water at max crew and still maybe some goods. Like, I don't want to be all food and water. It's much better when you can still carry some trade goods. If a galleon is 160, a 200 will always beat them out on an even battle. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, we need more names. Let's call her... Anybody else got a good name? If there's grape shot, then the pea shooter would fit. Unfortunately, there's only 3 times of cannon. We don't actually deal with shot on this one. I'll have to talk about cannons in a second. Yeah, the armpit is actually leading us into battle now. That's gonna be the flagship. That's crazy. I have had kind of a strong Xeno influence. The Bane, sure. I'll take whatever I get right now. I'm so bad at naming stuff on the spot. We'll call it the Bane. It's good. Thanks, Jay. And the kid is going to be the navigator for the Bane. That's great. Before we forget, we do need to actually put guns on these things. Now, picking out your guns is actually quite easy. The armpit is the new one. Okay, so we have Saker, culverins, and cannons. I used to remember what they were all good at. One of them is better at long range, like you get a larger shooting distance. And another one is... Sorry, Spiller. And another one is all about damage, and another one is maybe cheap, something like that. Point is, cannons are the only thing that actually work if you really want to do ship combat. Now you're armed with cannons. So we're going to have 500 cannons, basically. I could show you what the other ones do with the longer range in battle, but honestly, the cannons are... Wow. And some money. This is a very expensive shipbuilding process. No, not buy, just remodel. I haven't even looked at the figureheads yet. Guns for the Bane. That's 2 out of 5 ships done once we've got this. Now you're armed with cannons. Alright. Transfer some crew over again. I would like to get that ball pit to... So the galleon is done, I believe. I think we've... Have we sold all the gold that was on it yet? I think it's very close, anyway. Yeah, we sold all the gold. So, okay, let's do that one. Oops. Sell... Yeah, I know this, the menu management is always the best thing ever. Notice we're getting less money for our trades now. That's the economy slumping here. Alright, build new ship. At least the galleon will be cheaper this time. Hopefully I've got enough money. Yeah. 100 guns, 200 crew again. And name your ship again. Okay, someone else come with the name. I know you guys are lurking around. Just whatever you want. 6 letters max. I'll take almost anything. Unless I can think of something first. Well, you know what? It's only fair. Maria. Okay, I'll make the next one Maria, just for you. I'm pretty sure this fits. So we have to have one named after the great creator. The great creator of all the fleets, the Ankylo. Now for our next trip we will have to switch over the flagship. Okay, so what we need to do here is turn the ball pit 2 into the flagship. Or sorry, the armpit 1 into the flagship from there. We're just going to run with half crew for a little bit so we don't immediately sink. And that'll be fine. Okay. But you can only do this from out at sea for some reason. I don't even know why, but the only way to actually change your flagship is from out here, which is kind of dumb. Distribute. No, that's money. Personnel. Yeah. This was a lot of hard. This was hard to figure out back when I was playing the first game. So Roberto and BlueAnkylo switch positions, and we're good. All right, we now have the correct flagship. Now we need to clear off the crew on the old flagship. the ball pit 2. Let's put everything up there. The Ankylo, the Bane, the Armpit. So the next ship, we can have the Maria and the space ship. Sure. That'll fill up the names just fine. Supplies. This one we will have to clear off. Oh, we have lumber too. I might just junk it. Well, that's not exactly good. If we're going to get into combat, it is really nice to have some spare lumber around. I'm going to put like 300 only. Okay. And then the Bane can have the rest for now. Alright. Sell off another ship. Make sure we have enough gold. Oh, I have to put cannons on that last ship too. Oh, I had maxed money there. I went over the money cap. I probably lost a bit on selling that ship. Because I think if you're at 60k and you sell a ship, you just lose the overflow basically. I should have probably bought the guns before I sold the ship. On the Ankylo. There we go. Build us ship number 4. It's getting cheaper. Yeah, it used to be 39,000 for the first one, I think. Oops, no, 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 it has to be the same. Alright, so we can call this one the Maria. That's a pretty classical ship name. Naming them after women. Actually, we should have named them after some of our waitresses. That's what I should have done. I should have been writing down all the waitress names. And then just named all my ships after the ones I liked. Can I afford the guns for that while we're here? Alright, one more ship to do. Unfortunately, this time we're going to have to transfer over all the gold and try to find a place to put it. Yeah, where we're going to hold 900 gold. It's going to be tricky. I guess I might not want to, I might not want to max out on the crew just yet. I always miss you, Schminchkin. In fact, I'm just going to dump that lumber. I don't have the space for this stuff right now. Alright, we did manage to hold all the gold. That's good. Transfer men. The last one, and then we're ready to go, basically. Thank you for standing by while we build up our fleet. What kind of playboy are you? You don't even remember names. Look. I try. My ability to remember names is one of my weakest skills. Have some gold. Oh, Schminchkin, you missed it. The reason for saving all the names was I was going to rename all of the ships after waitresses that we met on our travels. All the best waitresses. I think that'll change your tune. Okay, one last ship. This is the last time we'll be building up ships in this game. Other than just rearranging how much max crew you put on. I can hug you right now. Now we're stuck with the armpit. I know, it's horrible. Actually, you can rename them. I'm pretty sure you can rename them. We'll call this the spaceship because it's kind of hilarious. That's fine. And that's not to say we can't... Yeah, we can rename them. So if we want to, for 10 gold, we can rename them after waitresses that we meet on our travels. Probably at any port with a shipyard. We might end up having to do that, to be honest. This is pretty good. Alright, we're armed with cannons. Okay, the only thing we're missing is, things like figureheads. We're not planning on sailing around Africa right now, but I will probably want to do some of that. This is pretty low price, but whatever. Alright, let's recruit some crew. I'm not sure I'm going to max it out just yet. It's going to take a while to recruit him. I should probably recruit the crew back in Lisbon. It's probably easier to find people to sign up back in our home port. So let's do that instead. Oops. The prettiest girl gets to meet the King of Portugal. Yeah, you remember. So who is it here anyway? Cherie. That's a fancy name. Oh, good! He is in the freaking new world. So I just built all these fancy ships that are meant for combat, and I need to actually sail across the Atlantic to fight this guy? That's going to be a real pain. Well, the truth is, we might not end up fighting him right away. 39 days. Let's head back to Lisbon. And, we might just be looking for some easy battles. Because I don't know if this is a Turkish war fleet. It might be... Because we'll have, like, an amazing ship, don't get me wrong. An amazing fleet of ships. But, we're not experienced. Nobody in this fleet has anything besides level 1 combat. So we're all pretty bad at shooting and boarding and all that kind of stuff. So maybe I should just look for some nice Spanish trade fleets to sink. Yeah, I know, the Turks sailed all the way to the New World. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's find out if I can actually get more recruits here. This one's very happy. I really should name one of our ships after Carlota. Probably could. It would be called the Carlo or something. Oh, he is headed towards Istanbul. Okay, he's in the New World, but he's coming back. That's good. I don't have to sail over that way. All right, good. Let's see how much crew we can get for $1,000 here. 54. Well, it's 10 more than the last place. Now we have to build up our supplies of men. These are going to be really sweaty boats. Total sausage fest. You thought it was bad when we had, like 20 men per ship. Now it's like 200 to 300. I wish you could just spend like 10,000 gold and just recruit the whole town. Oops. Do-do-do. We probably don't need this many crew to actually fight these battles, but I like to overdo it. It feels safer this way. Oops. Come on, man. Get on board. Actually, you know what I should have done? I forgot. There's one thing we should do. Before I max out all my men. We're gonna go to the king and ask him for some soldiers. I don't know how many we'll get. We're not very high rank. Yeah, the frame skip still helps a lot, even though this is pretty painful. Request crew. Yes, 137 men. So that's how you really recruit crew quickly. And we're only a knight. Imagine if we were up to like Baron or Count or something cool like Marquis with a cool little hat. That'd be good. Alright. Couple more. Alright. We are maxed out on crew. Now, let's go bring some food and drink with us. Because we're not going to be able to sail for very long like this. You know what? We'll just put 700 water on that one. And 700 food on that one to make it quicker. And then, the Bane needs at least a little bit. Alright, let's see... Let's see how long we can sail like this. With a full crew and mostly full on food and water. Okay, 23 days. That's about what I estimated, right? So, we still have some room for some trade goods, but if we want to have a maxed out crew, it's difficult. These guys eat more than a small army. Alright, so we need to find some fleets to fight. I want to get at least one battle in here before the end of this episode. It's about damn time. We'll put a save in because... you know, could go badly. Actually, I should buy a figurehead too. I forgot about that. Alright, let's go to Seville. We are a medium-sized army. I like it. Here, have some gold. And at least for the flagship, we have to have at least one super figurehead. The Neptune. It is very expensive. Why don't I just get one of the bar girls and lash her to the front of the boat? Oh, that would be pretty good. Would that keep away storms, though, or would it attract them? It would probably attract the pirates, which is kind of what we're looking for. Passenger morale. Okay, where are all these fleets that I need to fight? Seems like the Mediterranean is the right place to find all kinds of, you know, other fleets. I'm just going to be checking all these maps for stray fleets. Come on. That's fine. We're good for quite a while. Where is everybody? You notice that there's not a whole lot of fleets around. That's why I don't really do the pirating in this game early on. It costs us like 1,000,000 gold to even build this fleet. And we're going to spend a lot of time just sailing around not doing anything. Because it's hard to find anything to fight. The seas are empty. The reason I saved it is I'll probably just sail around till we run out of food. And if we don't find any ships, we'll just reload and go a different direction or something. 10 days. We're only halfway out of food, though. Let's head to Istanbul. I'd like to take out some Turkish merchant fleets, if possible. Because we're going to be at war with Turkey, basically. This is not looking good, though. I'm not finding anything. Well, one voyage, no ships. Nothing at all, not even close. We're now officially out of food in a day. Why not join the Turks? Because we need the princess of Portugal. And they don't have a princess. That's the real kicker. Let's just go to our death down this river, seeing as I'm going to reload it. Maybe there's something up here after all. No, of course, there's never anything at the end of a river. Okay, so where would we find something? Just anything. This is a horrible area to go to because we're going to get killed by a storm. Because we don't have figureheads for everyone. Where are all these ships? Seriously? Usually you can find a couple fleets without having to sail for a month. It's like the game knows, you built yourself a good war fleet, Blue. Excellent. Now you shall never find anything to fight with it. This is crazy. I almost never see fleets up in the Arctic, so this is almost certainly pointless to go up this way. It's usually the west coast of Africa and the Mediterranean where I find everything. Also, around Lisbon and Seville are often good fleet areas. But I don't think I ever see anything up here. Oh! Well, I find something today. What do we find? Because I think we're going to be attacking you. Portuguese trade fleets. Well, they're pirates. Perfect. The first fleet we attack is 3 galleons and now an carrack. Well, such is life. Good luck, everybody. Let's do this. Actually, you could probably try to get the wind at your back. So let's look. The wind is blowing southwest, so we actually want to engage from this square, I believe. While they're at port, basically. Alright, order! No. Battle, of course, is the way. Get a little cool little dagger. Attack the pirate fleet! Morgan the pirate versus Knight BlueAnkylo. We could have been like a page. We made it to night before we started this. How about a taste of justice, pirate? We really have no idea what we're doing here. Like, 5 people that have never fought in a battle before. So that's one of their galleons attacking us. This is why we have more crew than they do. They lost 7, we lost 14, because whoever's the captain of that ship is horrible at fighting. Great. Oh good, they're shooting at us. Well, that ship is in bad times. It's the Ankylo! Don't you sink my Ankylo. Also, the music's pretty amazing, right? Alright, I want to look around these ships. What do we got? This is a galleon, one of the more dangerous ships. That is another galleon. That's the Now. That thing's not so bad. Also, what kind of cannons do these guys have? Yeah, they're cannons. That's why they did tons of damage. They're cannons. They're smart. What's this thing? That's the actual flagship. I'm pretty sure if you capture that one, we win. Level 9 battle. Considerably better than our level 1. And a carrack hiding in the corner. At least they mostly have cannons. That's pretty smart. We're going to focus down these two as best we can. Mobility, durability. The mobility is low probably because of his facing into the wind. That's my flagship. You'll have a hard time capturing it with 300 crew. Francisco is not very good. Alright. Let's do this. So, full sail. Turn. Now we need to be a little bit closer to actually get a shot off. Can't turn. Because of our lack of mobility, we can't turn to get a broadside here. And we're 3 squares away from one of the ones I'd like to hit, so... Let's do a boarding. This is only a now, so we should have a good crew advantage. 200 to 60 should be pretty awesome. We killed 7 and lost 6. That's pretty bad! Okay, what I want to do here is turn this, and then shoot him! It's the cannons I like, more than the boarding. There, we did 16 hull damage, yeah. We do have enough mobility to get into range. Take these guys out. Oh, that ship's taking a pounding. Stop here, take a shot. So yeah, the cannons could only shoot... You see those the little icons there. There's not a whole lot of range that a cannon can shoot at. It's broadside and a range of 2 and only 3 possible squares on each side. If we had culverins, we'd be able to shoot kind of up to this area. I think it's a range of 3 basically, so you could shoot a lot more. No, this one's almost dead. I'd like to weaken the other one a little bit with cannon fire. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. Whew. I'm the captain now. I'm pretty sure we'll win, but we're definitely going to take some damage. I think the little numbers that flash on the screen show you how many people died. That's a long-range culverin or something. But you can also see it does almost no damage. Alright, you've got half my crew and a third of my hull. Yeah, we'll be fine. I don't think that actual experience, like, I don't think... Oh, we didn't get into range to do anything there. I'm not sure if, like, melee combat gives you more experience or not. Anyway, this guy's gonna be sunk in probably one more shot for sure. And this should do it for that galleon. Bye-bye! Dealing with the galleons first is always the smart way to do it. Alright, now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get my flagship into position to actually board, like to shoot him, so we'll just board. Let's try an offensive boarding here. 287 to 112. How do we do? We're actually starting to kill more. Okay, this is their final galleon here, stuck in the middle. It's not a very good spot for it, because we can surround it. These guys are just going to suicide themselves. They've got no chance. Yeah. Okay, let's turn her and shoot. Can't actually turn there, but we can still shoot from here. 60 hull, 14 damage to the hull, good. I don't think you can shoot the cannons when you're next to a ship you can board, basically. Melee overrules ranged. It's fine. It's a close one. That one's not going so well. Pretty sure this will sink it. We'll have a look. It would be kind of cool to capture some of these. Crew 59. Doesn't show you its hull, actually, oddly enough. Oh well, so we sink some. Yeah, 22, this guy probably gonna sink. Oh, he held in there! Okay. Actually... we can just crush them with our super 300 crew flagship. These guys will probably start... I wonder if they'll start running away, or if they'll surrender. I forget how it works in this game. Anyway, we've seen the basics of crew combat. It's so, oh, it did say durability 22? Thank you. We're gonna start sort of rushing through some of this stuff, because it's... you know, now you know how the stats work, hopefully, reasonably well. Our crew is pretty bad at fighting, so it's taking a lot longer right now than it will in the future. That one's done. I don't think any of our ships are at any risk. Pretty good for first battle in my books. This one should be capturable pretty quick. One more, I guess. One or two beneath the crew. Okay, I'll look at it again here. Crew 27, cannons, guns, mobility, durability. Okay, yeah, right. Durability 30 is the correct number. It just shows them in an odd order, because mobility and attacking are usually beside each other. Let's go do some boarding. I don't know for sure, but it feels like boarding should give you more experience, maybe. I don't know. This guy, we're probably just going to sink, though. Okay, hold on. We actually want to move a little bit so that the rest of the fleet can get some shots in. So cannons, once you know their range, are just hands down the best. Oh, we didn't even... Did we capture his flagship or did we sink his flagship? I should have made sure to capture him. Just... Victory smiled down on BlueAnkylo as the enemy's flagship roared into flames. Jose's battle skill. Probably everyone's battle skill. Really? Only 2 levels up? Maybe we should do more melee combat. A great victory at sea! 18,000 goals! Might have been more if we didn't sink everything. And we do get all of their loots. So they had some grapes. We could sell some grapes off here. Hope you enjoy the music. They probably won't carry enough food and water to actually even feed their own men. I don't think the AI has to deal with that kind of stuff. So you'll get kind of weird numbers for that. Okay, well that was good. I think it's high time that we started getting some actual ship combat, and that was a good one. Land here, please. Welcome to Hamburg once more. Sell our grapes, fix our ships, and then we'll end the episode. Have some grapes. Fix our ships. Have to do this a lot more regularly once you start getting into combat. We didn't really take that much damage though, so that was pretty solid. The more annoying thing is you have to recruit your crew. Is our pet, is she gonna call us that again? He's just bound for Istanbul. Sure, it'd be nice to get a little bit more combat experience before we fight a Turkish war fleet, but... We did just beat a pirate war fleet, basically. Isn't Hamburg in Germany? No, it's on the north coast of Europe. It's in approximately, I don't know where we are, somewhere near Denmark. So we're gonna have to make sure we restock our crew every time now. At least we're not starting at 0 again. And I think if we check, we'll have gotten quite a lot of fame for that. Yourself? Okay, yeah, battle experience. We went from level 1 to level 7 in one battle. And we got almost... well, over 1,000 fame anyway. That was... so it is approximately very much on the northern coast of Germany. Good. I don't know. The geography for this game is ridiculous. Anyway, level 7. What about our mates? Was it really just one guy? Jose went to level 8. I bet you they just didn't tell me about all the promotions. Or maybe Francisco really didn't get any battle experience. That'll be possible. Maybe, okay, you know what it is then? I bet you it's when you sink a ship, you get experience for the kill. Yeah, because these 3 didn't get anything really, like 10 experience. Of course, Nicholas is really bad at combat. 47 and 38 is horrible. 55 and 48 is acceptable, I guess. 32 and 49 is pretty rough. But I mean, as they get their levels up, their stats will get better. Once they're level 15 battle, they might not be 100 strength and courage. I think strength is for boarding and courage is for, like, cannon fire or something, but... oh well. I'm not too worried. We won that fight at level 1s. The next time it'll be a bit easier, and after a few fights it'll be really piece of cake, basically. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed. Finally got to see some combat, and maybe we'll go after that Turkish fleet next time. Hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day, and see you next time.